What's up, everybody? Hold on just one second. Got something in my eye. Oh, what's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media. Thanks so much for tuning in today and watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the bell, get notified when I go live, post a new video, all that good stuff. Hit the like as well. Really would appreciate it. So, the 2020 MLB season is upon us. We just started the spring training. I did a preview yesterday for the American League teams and the divisions and all that, talking about who has the better chance to, make the postseason, get to the playoffs, all that good stuff. So, but today, I will be doing a preview video for the National League. Okay, so I'm going to do it just like I did the American League video, run through each team in each division, talk about some potential postseason contenders and all that. Because let's be honest, baseball is one of those sports. Now, you can sit there and say all you want to about, oh, just hit the ball and get some runs and, just hit the ball. Just be fast with it. Yeah. Which is true, but I think baseball is a little bit more than that. There are pitchers that are better than some pitchers. There are people that hit better than others. Good concentration on the ball. Some are pretty terrible, let's be real. But, it's more than just hitting a ball and getting some runs, You got to think there are stats with this stuff, right? Career stats, season stats, and all that. And some teams are going to have better pitchers. That is true. Better catchers, better people in the infield and outfield, better hitters. So, anyway, with that being said, going to go ahead and get into this preview. Let's run through these divisions. So, just like the American League, it's divided up into 3 different divisions: the East, the West, and the Central. Although, as it is right here, East, Central, West, but whatever order you feel comfortable putting those in. So, National League East teams: the Atlanta Braves, the defending World Series champions, the Washington Nationals, the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Miami Marlins. In the Central: Milwaukee Brewers, Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates, the St. Louis Cardinals. And in the West: the Dodgers of LA, the San Diego Padres, the San Francisco Giants, the Colorado Rockies, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So I'm going to run through this, talk about some potential teams who have a good chance at making the postseason, potentially winning it, winning their division, and we'll run through it. All right, so let's get this started, shall we? So, I'm going to start in the East. I guess I'll go ahead and start with the Washington Nationals, the defending World Series champions, which, really doesn't matter all that much. I mean, listen, they won their first World Series ever last year. That's great for them. They got a lot of talent, which is where this comes into play. Yes, they won the World Series last year. But as we know in baseball, it's very hard to repeat. It's very hard to get back to the World Series. It's hard to win your division many, many times in a row. Because it's always, it's not a one-sided, type of situation in baseball. We have seen in baseball many times, again, as I mentioned in the last video, a team can win the World Series, be at the top, and then just completely fall off the map completely. Charlie, hey. So, anyway, we have seen where World Series champions or whatever just, they have this great season. They're at the top of the MLB going into next year. Most likely they'll be a favorite, but then at the same time, they either don't make it as far as in the postseason. They don't even come close, and it's one of those. Whoa, how did this happen? We've seen that before. But so looking at the Nationals, you look at their schedule. They play New York 3 times in a row. March 26th, which is opening day. Then they play the following Saturday on the 28th and the 29th against the Nets. All 3 of those are road games. Then they play Miami 3 times. Then they're home against New York 3 times, and so on, which is pretty much how baseball is. It's what do they call it, like a triple header or whatever. Or well, I guess that's a little different. I think that's when they play teams back to back on the same day or whatever. But so just like every other team, you go through the first half of the season, the regular season, just playing, a team like 2-3 times, right? Sometimes 4 times. And then the second half is the same thing. You go back and you play all these different teams all the way until the end of September. You get to October, you get to the postseason. It looks like they're going to end it with the Phillies in September, the 25th, the 26th, and the 27th. Prior to that, they got a four game, like 4 days in a row at the end with Atlanta, all on the road in Atlanta, Georgia. So the Nationals roster, they got quite a bit of talent, as we saw last year. Some key, let me see, where was I? Some key players on their team. You got, you got the outfielder Juan Soto. Bats and throws left-handed. He's one of those players that's really good, and he's really good when he's up to bat too. That's a player to watch. Always fun watching him. And Aaron Barrett, Patrick Corbin, Kyle Finnegan. You look at the pitching, and I'm not gonna go player by player or anything, but they got quite a few guys. Max, how do you say his name? Scherzer, Schreiser, I don't know, but he's a great pitcher. So far, he's got 5 strikeouts. Yes, it's the preseason and spring training, but that's still pretty good so far. Only played a couple games, but anyway, you look at the Nationals. They got a lot of great talent, and so they'll be a team to watch. I would expect them to most likely, win the East this year. Now we could see something different. Maybe the Mets. Maybe the Atlanta Braves could sneak up in there. They're 2-3 right now in the preseason and spring training. They got Darren O'Day, AJ Minter, Kyle Wright. They got quite a few guys on their team as well to keep your eye on. So I'm not going to run through, like every team, but, when you look at it, I think I don't know. I kind of want to take the Nationals to repeat because they got such great talent again. At least to repeat for winning the East Division this year. There'll be a team to watch. I think the Mets and the Braves are really the only 2 other teams. Not very big on the Marlins or the Phillies. You never know, though. As far as the Central Division, it could be the Brewers, it could be the Cubs, maybe the Pirates or the Reds. We will see, but I'll be honest, I myself am a little bit probably a little bit more familiar with the American League teams a little more, but definitely you baseball fans out there, maybe you're an expert or whatever, you let me know. But it's going to be an interesting baseball season to watch these teams compete and play. Can the Nationals repeat? I think that's the big question to ask is where do they stand on things? Do they have what it takes? I think they have the talent, but it's very hard to repeat as the World Series champion in Major League Baseball. You got the Brewers. I think they made the postseason last year. They're probably the favorite to win the Central. Maybe someone like the Cubs or the Cardinals. I think definitely the Dodgers. Listen, the Dodgers are probably, them and the Nationals are the teams to watch this season in the National League. I mean, the Dodgers are loaded. So, what we will see, Clayton Kershaw, the pitcher, I hear about him so much. I've watched him play. He's very good. Of course, they pick up Mookie Betts. They got a guy in the outfield, Cody Bellinger. Mookie Betts came from the Red Sox. I think I mentioned that in an episode of Off the Court, which was a huge, I don't know if I want to say a huge loss. I guess kind of, because he's really good. He normally plays right fielder, bats and throws right-handed, and he's a great player, a great addition to the team. So we will see. Maybe he's a game changer for the Dodgers. Maybe the Dodgers use that to their advantage, and maybe he's the kind of guy that can maybe change the team a little bit and maybe give them the edge in that division. So we will definitely see what happens. So it's going to be a really fun league to watch, the National League. I kind of think that the more interesting one, though, I do think the National League is going to be the more fun division to watch this year. I think of those divisions, though, probably the East, and it might be the East in the American League, maybe the West or whatever. So it's going to be an interesting season in baseball, a long one at that. It's always long, right? But I would take maybe the Dodgers, and I think everyone's going to take the Dodgers to win their division. How far in the postseason will they make it? We will find out. So let's see. Hey. Oh. So yeah. Anyway, so I think it's going to be fun to watch. Maybe I think the Dodgers have the best chance to win the West. I don't know. Maybe like the Cubs, or maybe like the Pirates or the Cardinals for the Central. And I think it's going to be pretty close with the Nationals, the Braves, and the Phillies for the East. Most likely the Nationals. We will see what happens. Again, as I mentioned in the last video, talked about the American League. We have seen before, again, where a team will be at the very top or whatever in baseball. They're coming off the World Series or the postseason, and then they just fall right off the map. They don't even come close to making it. And, a team that one of the last teams you'd expect to take the place in that division or the league or win the World Series or whatever, just comes out of nowhere and sneaks up on you in baseball. So But it's going to be a very interesting season this year. Looking forward to it. So it'll be interesting to see what these teams do. So I guess that's pretty much it for me. Be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. I do baseball stuff. I do basketball stuff. Football stuff to come. I want to do some schedule previews. I'm live a few times a week talking baseball on Mondays, talking basketball Tuesdays and Thursdays with Off the Court. I also do. I've done, at least tried to do some baseball games. I've really only done the Red Sox and the Rays the other day. But I do on Friday nights or Saturdays, really depending. I do a live reaction to an NBA game, which reminds me, again, I'll mention this Saturday, tomorrow night, on the 29th, Rockets versus Celtics live stream. I think that game starts at like 8:30. So I'll be on around maybe 8 or 8:15 tomorrow night. I at least plan on it. I don't know if I will be able to or not. I would assume, but again, you never know. Stuff always comes up. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Comments are always appreciated. Give me your thoughts on the National League, the American League, whatever. Who do you have winning the World Series? Who do you have taking the divisions? Let me know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, Ballard Sports Media checking out.